Well, you know it's a tour. There's a truck and like buses and stuff. It's all become real technical, and it was just, I mean...
Quit making it so complicated.
Yeah, shut up, Stormy.
Brothers of the Sun, define what that means.
I don't know. Hermanos de Sol?
People already know a lot of these songs. They've got the record. They've heard it on the radio. I got to give them something else.
This week on Headline Country, we'll take you backstage, on stage, and in the crowd for a whirlwind recap of the biggest tours of the year. The sun may have set on the Brothers of the Sun tour, but Tim McGraw and Kenny Chesney were just getting started in Tampa. Brad Paisley gives us a tour of his virtual reality with a Philly kind of flair. And Blake Shelton gets lit up and amplified, but it's his wife Miranda who is burning up the road on fire. Plus, we'll catch up with Lady Antebellum's big show and Jason and Luke's big party.
What's going on, guys? It's Lady Antebellum.
And Headline Country starts right now.
Hello, everybody. Happy Labor Day weekend. I'm Stormy Warren. Well, it's been quite a summer, well, quite a year for that matter, especially when we look back at all the stars crisscrossing the country during one of the biggest tour seasons I can remember. And I think we hit most of them. As we say goodbye to summer, we thought it would be fun to take a look back at some of our concert stops, beginning with the launch of the 2012 leg of Jason Aldean's My Kind of Party tour with Luke, Bryan, and Lauren Alaina in Greenville, South Carolina, all the way back in January.
It's a brand new year, brand new leg. Do you feel it's a different chapter starting right now?
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, I think the only thing that's the same about this tour as opposed to last year's tour is the name of the tour. There's new acts on the tour.
Y'all make some noise for Miss Lauren Alaina right here.
It's really cool to be able to put my set together of, you know, songs off of my album and to be able to promote myself and come out on the road with Jason and Luke.
Baby, is someone else calling you, baby?
Two of my favorite male artists, and I'm on the road with them, so it couldn't be any better.
You know, you typically have like managers and agents and lawyers work all this stuff out, and Jason called me up. He's like, "Hey man, you touring with me?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm touring with you." He's like, "All right, well, we'll get it lined up." That's about it.
That's good to have somebody out here like that you're, you know, legitimately really good friends with, and plus, he's just, you know, he's good for humor reasons. He keeps me laughing, so that's one reason I like having him around.
Y'all make some noise for Mr. Luke Bryan.
You guys have a special moment in this show, in this particular leg of the show. You jump off the main stage onto a little stage and just do whatever the heck you want. He told me the genesis of it was actually on the last night of the last time you guys were touring together.
Yeah, you know, we had been out on tour and you know, a couple years ago, and you know, got kind of toward the end of the tour, we're like, man, we should have, you know, done something together on this tour, you know, got up on stage together or whatever, and you know, us being the two geniuses we are, we think of it the last week of the tour.
We went to a Jason Aldean concert and got drunk as a word I'm not supposed to say.
The three of you, all from Georgia, all terrorizing the highways, starting off 2012. Was America ready?
Actually, I didn't even think about that until we already kind of had everybody in place, and then kind of realized we were all from Georgia. Obviously, I knew Luke was, but kind of had forgotten, you know, Lauren was from Georgia too. So looks like I'm taking care of my home state. But that really wasn't. That was just kind of a plus.
Definitely one of the biggest tours of the year, but not the biggest. We'll catch up with the Brothers of the Sun in just a few minutes. But first, just a few weeks after our party with Jason, Lady Antebellum, Darius, Rucker, and Thompson Square were throwing their own coast-to-coast party, and we didn't have to travel far to catch up with the gang. They swung through Nashville on February 22nd.
Welcome to the 2012 On the Night Tour.
This is a music town. There's so much live music that you hear on a nightly basis here. And so we definitely are coming in tonight with a whole another level of energy, and we hope to really bring it tonight on stage.
It was important for us to make sure Nashville was a stop on the tour. We didn't get a chance to play here last fall, so This is our hometown and wanted to make sure we came through, and especially during this week with all the radio folks in town.
Everybody singing now,
I think what surprised us all is just, so far, I guess, what are we, 10 shows in, and they've all sold out, which is beyond any expectations we had. We definitely, we're going in, feeling like it was time to perform at arenas, but we just didn't, I don't think we could have quite guessed the, the response. It truly is a kind of trial and error process that we found. Just when we think it's perfect, we try it out and it's like, that didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
So
We'll still change it every night, though.
Yeah.
we do.
It's always fun to change it up and keep us fresh,
Yeah.
keep us on our toes.
We definitely never walk off stage and go, that was perfect. We've never said that.
Never.
I think we got a great package with Darius, Rucker, and Thompson Square. It's such a great fit.
You got me, baby, I got you.
Lady A, they're all three just awesome people. Their crew is awesome, and Darius he's a great guy.
Darius. He's the sweetest guy in the world.
He's cool, man.
All right.
The last 3 tours I've been on have been so awesome. I don't think I ever want to headline. I just want to keep opening it up for people, man. This is a lot of fun.
And that's all right by me.
We have actually more girls than we ever have in our band and crew, but to have her out here, it's like, you want to go get a manicure? Yes.
And she's
They
good at
never
ping pong.
said yes.
And she's good at ping
Yes,
pong.
most importantly. Let's get
Yes,
back to
most
the ping pong.
importantly, ping pong, number 1.
Oh, yeah.
Well, don't go away. Our Labor Day look at this year's biggest tours continues right after the break, including Miranda Lambert, Brad Paisley, Blake Shelton, and of course, the Brothers of the Sun in the Florida sunshine. We'll be right back. Coming up, Blake and Miranda burned up the road on separate journeys across the country, one well lit, the other on fire. Welcome back to our look at some of the biggest tours of 2012. Next stop, Huntsville, Alabama, where Miranda Lambert and her On Fire tour mates Chris Young and Jerrod Niemann turned up the heat in February.
How you doing, Alabama? We called the tour On Fire just because I feel like that's what people have described my career as lately.
Miranda Lambert's on fire! Miranda Lambert is on fire!
On Fire tour, the tour is not a part of the official name of the thing, I just learned.
Oh, yeah. Well, just everybody says the so-and-so tour. I was like, well, it's a tour. There's a truck and like buses and stuff and artists on the road. It's On Fire is enough, but I don't care. It's all become real technical, and it was just
Quit making it so complicated.
Yeah, shut up, Stormy.
Dusty roads ain't made for walking, spinning tires ain't made for stopping, no.
What are people getting this time around?
This tour's theme so far is just very emotional and really connected to the fans. We do stuff from Kerosene and all the way to, like 3 or 4 new songs off before the record. And it's fun to do new songs because you sort of see what your fans, how they respond to the songs live, and you learn how to perform them live. Some songs on an album you'll never ever do on stage.
Equally as diverse as the 2 opening acts you brought along. Was that a conscious effort to kind of keep that theme?
Yes, I've watched myself and who I've picked over the years now that I've gotten a headline over the year, and I've picked guys, and it's always been guys that do something different, that are different, together. But it's cool. I think that Chris is just that classic sweetheart country boy.
Walking to the front door, seeing your black dress hit the floor,
And Jerrod is just this quirky songwriter.
and singing one more drinking song. Somebody chug a beer.
They're really different, but it's really cool the way that we come together on the encore and we all sing a Waylon song, and it all comes back to country music.
I'm giving up on love, 'cause love's giving up on me.
You always say that the artists are kind of a family in country music, but we have an extended family, which is our fans. I've sort of gotten up there on the stage for the first time this year, just really raw, just kind of open. I feel a little bit better now about being open and not trying to be the tough girl all the time.
Ain't your baby?
I stood up there the other night and I didn't sing one word to House That Built Me. I was bawling and I turned my mic around and the crowd sang every single word. And it was a really cool moment. I felt like I had a giant hug, you know.
Now, not to be outdone by his wife, although that's a pretty tough challenge, Blake Shelton also invited our cameras out on the road to capture his well-lit and amplified tour, a run of dates that Blake had to fit in between trips to Los Angeles to film NBC's hit show, The Voice. We caught up with Blake in Duluth, Georgia. For the sold-out crowd in Duluth, Georgia, it might have been all about one night. But for Blake Shelton, his new well-lit and amplified tour represents a culmination of achievements and milestones.
I don't know what the fans are expecting to see out here. When I go to concerts, I want to see somebody get on stage and do the songs that I know, that I hear on the radio, and I've seen the videos for.
My favorite one is Old Red.
Old Red.
Old Red. Honeybee.
Honeybee.
I'll be your honeybee.
Hell, I like them all.
God gave me you. Especially God gave me you.
God gave me you.
You can't ever forget, I don't think, the reason that they came here, and it's because you've built this thing over the years, you know, with these songs you put out there.
Maybe.
It's a pretty cool feeling to know that we still had to leave out, you know, a couple of them.
She wouldn't be gone.
It's funny because I'll break into a song like, you know, Nobody But Me, or even Austin, and you can see people looking at each other in the audience going, oh my God, I didn't know he sang that song.
Who are you when I'm not looking?
Needless to say, at least for the time being, Blake might finally be gaining on his equally talented wife.
Miranda and I have this little trophy case. We've got like all the CMA awards in and ACM awards in, and right in the front, Miranda has her Grammy that she won last year. And every time I walk in, it's like, damn it, I want one of those too.
Yeah, tomorrow can wait till tomorrow. It's all about tonight.
Still to come, we'll head to Tampa, Florida, where Kenny and Tim kicked off this summer in the sun. One of the most anticipated shows of the year definitely lived up to its expectations. Kenny Chesney and Tim McGraw's Brothers of the Sun Tour. Fans packing sports stadiums all across the country were treated to 7 hours of hits and high-energy entertainment, thanks in no small part to the tour's supporting acts, Jake Owen, who Tim and Kenny call an honorary Brother of the Sun, and their Sister of the Sun, Grace Potter. We got a fresh look at the Monster Tour at its launch at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida this past June.
What a fitting place for us to start the Brothers of the Sun Tour in Tampa, Florida, where there's a pirate ship in the stadium. I love it.
It's taken 8 months of preparation, and now finally, the moving city known as the Brothers of the Sun Tour, starring Kenny Chesney and Tim McGraw, is officially underway. First stop, Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. You just said that this is the first time you've seen this set.
Yeah, from up high up here, yeah, with our sunset and everything. It's pretty cool. You know, that's one of the great things about doing tours and of course, being out with Kenny and us doing a tour together is you get to design these great stages.
It's got a lot of moving parts to it, and to get all of it seamless and come together. And this is our third day of being here rehearsing.
Whatever makes you feel like a rock star.
Each and every summer he's been on the road, Kenny has found a way to raise the bar on his tour every time. With the help of Tim and a few more bells and whistles and a couple of surprises, Kenny is proud to say they've done it again.
There's going to be songs that we're going to do this summer that we haven't done in 4 or 5 years. It's loud, it's fun, it's everything and more, I think, than what people have been used to seeing from our show.
With 2 back-to-back #1 songs, opening act Jake Owen says it's a bit different to be on the road with Kenny this time around.
Caught up in a southern summer, barefoot blue jean night.
You told the story in the press conference. I think that's cool. Wasn't that long ago where you were sitting in the lawn watching Tim and Kenny. I mean, talk about this leap.
It was about 10 years ago, and I was out in the audience in the grass, out there with all my buddies. If someone had told me at that moment right then, hey, 10 years from right now, you're gonna be sharing a stage with those guys, you know, sitting next to them in chairs having a press conference, I'd have been like, yeah, right.
Adding additional punch to the Brothers of the Sun tour is a sister of the Sun, Kenny's duet partner, Grace Potter, and her band, the Nocturnals.
Ashes, ashes, but she won't fall down.
And if you're thinking with so much talent on the stage, fans might be shortchanged by less music from Kenny and Tim, think again.
Sweet summertime.
I think the first ballad comes at 32 minutes in. I love it. It is a very, very in-your-face, very energetic, very passionate first 30 minutes of the show.
Kenny and I both are doing really long, full sets, and then we finish off the night together and do a few of each other's songs and do a cover song or two.
The two of them out here, I mean, it's just going to be a non-stop hit fest of music.
Well, the sun finally set on Kenny and Tim's historic tour after 2 huge back-to-back nights at the New England Patriots Gillette Stadium. Well, when we come back, we're going to slap you with a little dose of reality, virtual reality. When we come back, our look at the biggest tours of the year continues as Brad Paisley and friends soak in the brotherly and sisterly love in Philadelphia. Well, finally, on our special Labor Day weekend summer send-off look at the biggest tours of the year, we head to the city of brotherly love to discover Brad Paisley's definition of virtual reality. For fans, that reality included a star-studded day of non-stop music, including main stage stars Scotty McCreery and the band Perry, and on the virtual Opry Plaza stage, newcomers Jana Kramer, Love and Theft, and Kristen Kelly. Off to Philly we go.
So why doesn't everybody welcome Mr. Brad
Welcome to the future. More bells and whistles. You do it every year. I talked to Scott Scoble. He says, I can't believe we're saying it again, but this one is the best one yet.
One of these days we're going to say, you know what, this one wasn't as good.
Baby, you are the world.
I'm enjoying this thing right now, man. This is compares well to the other summers I've had.
Brad's whole theme is kind of escaping the real life. What would be your virtual reality?
We're living it.
I think my life, yeah, I was about to say, I think my life is a virtual reality.
My virtual reality would maybe include a bus that can get somewhere a little bit faster.
The Opry Plaza stage part of this, the fact that you're bringing the Opry element to this tour, obviously an important part.
It is. Those guys have been as important for my success as anything. I love the idea of the Opry reaching beyond its little Opry house at times.
Grand Ole Opry is like, you know, that's like the best place you could ever play. So then have a stage away from the stage, it's pretty cool.
I love the Opry and everything that they do, so the fact that we get to play the virtual Opry stage.
And to get up there and play with them today, how cool was that, just to kind of spread the moment?
Unbelievable for me to be able to do that. And especially what's unbelievable for me is to hear like Kristen or Jana or anybody say, can you believe this? He just played with me. What do you mean, can you believe this? I'm like lucky to be getting to back somebody up on guitar, let alone have my own tour.
It's kind of oxymoronic that such a music guy puts so much effort into things that possibly could distract from the music.
Right, well that's your job in a concert. People already know a lot of these songs. They got the record. You know what I mean?
That's true.
They've heard it on the radio. I got to give them something else.
You still find yourself picturing yourself, man, this is my show. This is look what we have created.
I still get a little nervous about that. I'm not nervous about music or performing, but I'm always nervous about the idea that I'm sort of carrying some sort of weight. I barely feel fit to play guitar for the opening acts, let alone be the guy on at the end of the show. So.
Well, you do it well. Congratulations. And And that's just the beginning for 2012, with big tours on tap for the fourth quarter of the year, including Carrie Underwood's Blown Away run with Hunter Hayes, kicking off later this month. This may go down as one of the hottest country music tour years in recent memory. Thanks for sharing the journey with us. Well, until next week, keep up with everything going on in country at headlinecountry.net or gactv.com, and on Twitter at Headline Country, or you can follow me at Stormy Warren. Take care, everybody.
Dusty roads ain't made for walking, spinning tires ain't made for stopping, no.
It's all about tonight.